Hey, welcome by Home4U by Floyd P Roberts. Home4U by Floyd P Roberts. This is your midweek market news. It's the midweek market news. Hey, it's been a while, and a lot's been going on. Just face it, a lot's been going on in the real estate market. All right, so today the mortgage rate, the average 30-year fix as of today is 7.34. That's your 30-year fix. So you got your 15-year fix is at 6.9. 6.8%, and your 10-year, the 6-year ARM is 7.4. Jumbo loan is about 6.9. But the reason why is that, could you believe it? A year ago from today, 365 days, a year ago today, the average rate was around 3.4 to 3.9% of your mortgage rate. Okay, and it's jumped significantly to 7.4. That's your 30-year fix. Reason that is that the Feds has raised interest rates with high inflation. You can't have two around the same, okay? You can't have low rates with paying out, basically giving people free money for I don't know how many, 4 or 5 years. The rates were historically lows. It just can't happen. So that's why we see the Feds raise the rates, try to recoup some of that money that they gave away 3, 4, 5 years ago. So that's what we're seeing right now. Okay, so with that, including if you got high interest rates, you got high inflation, all right, so you can't sustain that. So what's have to happen? The homes are not affordable. So there we come in, we're looking at an average market. Home prices can't stay high with high inflation and high interest rates. Something has to give. So what's going to give? The home prices are going to rescind. It's going to recede. It will retreat and go down a little lower. Okay, so what we're saying right now, the average day on the market, the average day of a home on the market a year ago is about 1 to 5 days. Now we're seeing homes on the market, the average day of 20, 30, maybe even 40 days, and not due, it's a cancellation. Okay, now you see you have a home on the market 5-10 years, it goes into escrow, and that first time buyer or that person is trying to buy that house, and they run into financial issues. So it's not the house they wanted, something happened, whatever, doing that escrow, they realize they don't like their neighbors, whatever it is they do, so they cancel that. So the house comes back on the market. Now that's 40 days that seller has took that house off the market. So what if the price is not going to be the same? So what we're seeing right now with the high interest rates, people having first-time buyers have a hard time qualifying for a mortgage. That means that the prices going down. Period. The prices are decreasing. So we see a retreat in the prices of homes. They're going back down. Okay, and basically it's just a correction for what the normal market is, because you got to remember the high but the low interest rates, things inflated. You're talking about a home that's the average home a year ago that was going for like $450,000. You could probably get that house today for probably even from $375, $380, $390, which is realistically where it's supposed to be anyway, because everything is inflated. A lot of times people think they can get that same price amount that you could do for 3-4 years ago. It's not. That ship is gone. That ship has been sailed already. You can't get that anymore. So that's what we're seeing. Average day on the market, 20, 30, 40 days, pending cancellation, of course. So that's what we're seeing. New time buyers, there's a lot of loan incentives out there. A lot of loan incentives. Right now, we're seeing Bank of America, Wells Fargo, even like some other banks jumping into the mix, are giving closing costs, giving back a 30-year, $30,000 just in signing bonuses, just for you to come in, and if you qualify for those. Okay, there's a lot of incentives. Cal Halfa right now, they're giving you a 6.5% with a chance to buy down the rate. So many incentives, but you have to qualify. A lot of people are saying trying to get into qualifying, but during the mix, you get to in the mix of the process, they're being disqualified for certain things. I don't know, but that's what you're seeing. But you have to qualify for these loans. Make sure you have to have a steady job. No lying on your report that you with your lender. it has to be bona fide for you to get that loan. That's why I see people go into some issues, and during the process, you get being DQ'd along the way. So that's what we're seeing right now. So a lot of cancellations out there because of the interest rate and the higher restriction on these loans. So if you have some money in the bank, got a good job, you qualify, you get into a house, okay? And might chip in with a family member or so, somewhere around there. So that's what we're seeing. First-time buyers, you're having a harder time getting in, but there are a lot of incentives out there to get you into a home. Okay, inventory is probably around the same. We're seeing more homes crippling, because people are getting laid off. There's a lot of layoffs going on. A lot of people retiring. People are dying. All these other things that's going on right now. So the inventory is still low. I think it's a moderate from what I'm seeing, but there's still closings. The homes are still selling. Probate, whatever is going on right there. We are seeing inventory creeping along. I would have think with the high interest rate, with a lot of people being laid off, a lot of people moving out of state, there'll be more of an influx of inventory. But surprisingly, it's not increased as a 10 or 15% increase that I've seen. We've probably seen an increase of 2-3% according to the National Association of Realtors. That we're seeing inventory is a moderate, almost the same as it was, but homes are coming and going off the market. Because think about it, if the market was high, people were selling their homes, where would they go? A lot of people are leaving out of state. Okay, right now the state of California are a deflect of 500,000 or 700,000 people are leaving. People are trying to get out of here, going to Texas and different places. So we're seeing in inventory of increasing just a little bit, not as much as I thought, and not as much as a lot of people would think, but there's still homes out there. The Homes4U is out there. Okay, so that's what we're saying. Inventory, about a moderate 2% increase. So people trying to get out of California. All right. So unemployment, believe it or not, the unemployment is steady because, a lot of places are hiring. A lot of places are laying off too, firing, laying off, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of influxes going on, that even market. But the unemployment is steady. Okay, it's still steady. Because a lot of jobs, a lot of new jobs are out there. And I just heard McDonald's beginning of this year, $15 an hour. And if the governor have his way, it might even be $22 an hour within the next 3 to 4 years, depending on inflation. So that's where we're seeing unemployment is steady. Unemployment is on the rise. There are jobs. People are hiring. Big businesses are hiring. Amazon, but along the same line, which doesn't make sense, a lot of layoffs. Okay, Zoom layoffs, a lot of layoffs going on right there. Even a lot of other companies, I put a thing about people, big companies that's laying off. You see it, it's amazing. So 5%, 7% of the workforce are being laid off, and then you're hiring in different sectors. So that's what we're seeing right there. So unemployment, moderate again, steady. Lay off here, get a new job here. Lay off here, get a new job here. Okay, with the wage increase of McDonald's and unemployment, the average employment of the wage is $15 an hour. $15 an hour. That's great. I remember when I was a little kid, long time ago, $3.75 to $4.75 an hour. Come a long way, but a lot of people are working hard. I mean, you got inflation, cost of living, all those things, gas prices. I mean, they have to raise it sometime, so it's only right. Okay, unemployment benefit, and also the moratorium. In some places, some big cities, believe it or not, in Los Angeles, the moratorium is still in effect. The eviction moratorium is still in effect. It's supposed to have happened and supposed to go away a year ago, a year and a half ago even. It's still in effect. People are still having problems. Homeowners, landlords are still having a problem evicting people out of their homes. So that's what we're saying. A lot of in Los Angeles, the moratorium is still in effect, and people are still not working. Can you imagine if you're getting paid on the table, don't have to pay rent, they can't evict you? It's a mess. It is a mess. Anyway, so that's what we're seeing right there. Okay, so the good news is I'll give you the good news in a minute, but this is the good news. Okay, with the housing market, the inventory, the layoff, unemployment, the financial information, all the big cities with their moratorium still in effect. The good news is that real estate is still booming. Real estate is still going on because all the madness is still going. And believe it or not, homes are affordable than they were a year ago. Homes are affordable than they were a year ago because with the high inflation, with all the things intact right now, with the incentive and everything, the homes are still affordable because there's a retreat in the market. There's a retreat in the market where things were a year ago, you're talking about $50,000 to $60,000 to $75,000 above the price, the asking price of a home. Right now, with the homes retreating, they're more affordable. People are getting in at about $50,000 less to $60,000 less, which they should be anyway, right? To making it more affordable. That is the good news. That is what's happening. If you were on the fence, this is your chance. This is your time. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm telling you. Don't miss it because your sale, your ship is coming. I'm telling you, man. So that's what's going on in the market. And it's affordable. You can do it. Home4U by Floyd P Roberts. If I can help you with anything, if this was helpful to you, subscribe. Give me a call so I can help you. 661-489-0407. 661-489-0407. I'll see you soon. It's more affordable. The market is going to fire. The market is still going. And you can get into that home that you want. And even if you want to sell, you can sell that home. You still have equity because it's still up. It's not losing. It's not going south yet. It's still there. So if you want to sell that home, you still can and make your money if you got the equity in it. And you need to move on with your life. And you need to move up and get out of Cali. All right. Anyway, talk to you soon. I'll see you next week. Homes4U by Floyd P Roberts. Bye.